Okay, so today we're diving into this really simple way to get a handle on your finances, and it's all about that moment right after you get paid. You know, when it matters most.
Oh yeah, payday. It's got to be the best day of the month, right? You look at your bank account and boom, it's full. Suddenly the world is your oyster, and you get this amazing, but let's be honest, pretty brief feeling of relief.
But then, it starts. Almost immediately. First up, the big one. Your rent. And poof, just like that, a huge chunk is gone.
And you know what's next? Right behind the rent come all the other bills. Your phone, internet, utilities, they're all lining up to take their slice.
Then, of course, you've got to eat, right? So there goes the grocery money for the week, or maybe even the whole month.
And just like that, you're looking at your account balance, scratching your head and wondering, wait, where did it all go? It feels like your paycheck just evaporated. But here's the thing. What if those big, obvious expenses aren't the real reason it feels that way?
So that brings us to what I like to call the vanishing money mystery. Look, we all know about the big stuff. We plan for it. But there's this hidden culprit, this sneaky thing that's really behind that where did it all go feeling.
Yeah, it's so easy to blame the big-ticket items, right? Like a rent or a car payment. And sure, they're a huge chunk of our spending, but they're not why we actually lose track of our money. The real problem is a lot more subtle.
And this is the key idea, right here. Taking control of your salary isn't some month-long war. The most important battle actually happens in the first 72 hours after that money hits your account. That little window, that's where you either win or lose.
3. That's it, just 3 days. See, it's in those first 3 days when we're feeling rich, you know? That's when we let our guard down. That's when our spending habits can get a little, well, chaotic. I'm talking about that morning coffee run. The lunch you order in because you're just too busy, that little, ooh, it's on sale thing you see online. By themselves, they feel like nothing, right? Totally insignificant. But when you stack them all up inside that 3-day window, wow, it can be a pretty shocking number.
So if the problem is that simple, doesn't it make sense that the solution should be simple too? Yes, it does. So for a second, I want you to just forget about those super complicated spreadsheets or those crazy restrictive budgets. The real answer here is just awareness.
And that's where the 3-day rule comes in. And trust me, it's so simple. All you have to do is this. For the first 3 days after you get paid, you just write down every single penny you spend. That coffee, your bus fare, a little in-app purchase, whatever it is. You don't have to change your spending at all. You just track it. That's the whole thing.
Okay, so you might be wondering, how could something so ridiculously simple actually work? Well, it all comes down to psychology. This has nothing to do with restricting yourself. It's all about shining a light on where your money's actually going.
Because here's the secret sauce. Just the act of seeing it, of writing it down, it creates awareness. And once you have that awareness, control just kind of happens naturally. Think about it. When you physically write down coffee, $5 on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you can't help but start thinking about it. You start making smarter choices, almost automatically, without some strict budget yelling at you.
Let's just put this side by side with the old way of doing things for a sec. You know, traditional budgeting. It feels like homework, doesn't it? It's restrictive, it's a pain to maintain. But this 3-day tracking thing, it feels more like you're a detective. It's this quick, easy investigation that gives you these aha moments and real insights you can use right away. Not some rigid plan you're just going to give up on next week.
So really, the power to figure this out is totally in your hands. And the best part? This isn't some huge, scary, long-term commitment. Not at all. It's just a tiny, simple experiment you can try out with your very next paycheck.
So what's the one thing you need to do? It's super easy. Grab a little notebook or just open the Notes app on your phone. The second that next paycheck lands in your account, for just those first 3 days, your only job is to watch where your money goes and write it all down.
And not really leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? This isn't really about what you're going to save. Not at first, anyway. It's about what you're going to discover. What little habits are going to pop out at you? What are those sneaky, untracked expenses that are finally going to see the light of day? Finding the answers to that, well, that could be the key to